Miss Universe podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Miss Universe podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Miss Universe podcast.
Hello and welcome to Emma's podcast. In today's podcast, we're going to be talking about goals. Just wanted to do a touch base with goals because we are June? Yay! I'm recording on the 6/6. Yay! Good day on this one. So, yeah, I will not give you the reason why, but if you're clever, you will figure it out. So goals. Let's talk about our goals because a lot of time when we're looking, and I saw it something actually that was it's in Facebook, I think, which is the Skull and Conscience Business Accelerator, which I'm very curious because it's a 3 weeks intensive program, which will be very, very interesting actually on ourselves and on businesses. But looking at where we're going, where we are, I find it interesting that when we are in the middle of our transformation, there is a lot of things happening. I would say I'm more in a calmer water than I was a year ago. A year ago was the raging rivers. That was my life. Ended with a nice little fire by close to the year end, losing everything. Sometime I saw something that was on TikTok actually that was saying, well, you got moved or forced to be moved from where you were. And I started to smile. I'm like, well, it was more a forcing than anything else. But sometimes you have to go with the flow. You have to go where you need to go. You cannot fight the current as much as you can. You can try. You can put your claws in there and hoping for the best. But I can guarantee at the end of the day is how are you going to release it and become flexible that will help you to do the changes you need to go through. Changes are inevitable. You can try to stop it. You can try to divert it as much as you want, but you're damaging yourself more than anything else. And I realize when going through all of this, and I know some people are going to say, well, am I taking too much about that, blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, the blah, blah, blah is more interesting because it really opens your eyes. Talking about it is not for me because, again, I'm not a victim. Every single crap that happened in my life, I am not a victim. And there is some ugly side of it, even earlier this year where my life was literally in danger with my pops. I'm not a victim. I refuse to be a victim. I am not. Because I'm going to make sure wherever I'm at, if it's in a hot water, like I was earlier this year, which for a few weeks, basically I put my life in a line without realizing it. And I would not say it was against my will, but it was like, holy crap. Sometime where the intentions of others you're not even made aware of put you in a situation where it's like, I'm sorry, what just happened here? I never you're an unwilling participant, but you know that you're dealing with individuals that, get triggers very quickly. And I can escalate it to the point where it could be physical harms. Then you have to learn to survive, to ground yourself, and like a grenade that you removed, I forgot the word of it, the pin. Put back the pin in that grenade before that explode in your face. So out of everything I've gone through, it's to realize how do you ground yourself in a dire situation without showing, and thank God I got a great poker face, showing fear Then you fear for your life, you fear for your pops, you fear for the people that might be around and be affected by. How do you do this? And learning that things can escalate in your life, even if you are an unwilling participant, how to learn to disengage, how to bring the peace where you are. And for me, throughout the years, Gen X, cannot help myself. I'm a Gen X people and I love my Gen X. We are just freaking outspoken people. Seriously. I'm laughing because there is a lot of things that if I would open my mouth every single time, it should be a comedy. I could do a stand-up comedy with every single thing I see because I have so much to share when I'm seeing things. It's like, God, Emmanuel will make us laugh even in the worst situation. But life teaches us a lot of things. And we grew up in a very harsh environment, which actually, I would say, I will not trade it for the world for one reason, because I am who I am based on the trajectory and the journey I had. And the resilience, the stubbornness, don't give a crap how much I'm going to walk on in that fire. I don't care if my hair is totally burned, so is my skin, and I feel crisp. I'm going to continue to plow into that fire. That is my journey. But you also have to look at the magic of the universe. Even though when you're dealing with fire, tornado, been there on a fire, this is out of your hands because somebody else has started it, unfortunately. This is where you realize you have to let it play out for the universe to help you. I was earlier this week rethinking about a couple of things because I was doing a purge, a big one actually, a very big one. It was finally time to do the purge, clear up a lot of things that wasn't necessary in my life, but removing also things that I was keeping just as an FYI. And I decided it's not my monkey, it's not my circus anymore. But being able to really observe things and look back for a minute, not to dwell on the past, but to look as a point of references. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? Knowingly that maybe staying in situations they were not meant to stay in caused me more harms, yes, than anything else. Realizing and be conscious of the decisions that were made. Based on that, looking at maybe what happened earlier this year and said, not my monkey, not my circus. Let's put back the pin inside of that little grenade and send it on their way somewhere else. Boundaries. Understanding who we are. What are we going to take? What are we going to get as quote unquote abuse or not? And set boundaries. Because some people will walk all over your face. Oh, you're such a nice person. You used to help and now you're mean. No, I'm not mean. I set my boundaries. Do you know how many people I pissed off this year? Who had no boundaries? A lot. And guess what? Those people are not around me because I do not want those people around me. But you have to set your boundaries. That is essential. And it doesn't matter if it's family related, because a lot of people say, well, it's my family, blah, blah. I don't give a crap who they are. If somebody is always stepping up on your boundaries and triggers you, because I witness people who every time they call their mommy dearest, by the time they were done hanging up, they were so triggered. They would be drinking and become abusive. Do you think this is what you want every single time? And when you recognize the pattern and said, but maybe you should not be talking to mommy dearest because every time you're doing it, you get triggered. Every time you get triggered, you drink. Every time you get drink, you go and become abusive towards me. You push, you become physical, or it's yelling, or it's threats, whatever it is. And you're the one at the end of the day who's the recipient of all of this. One, do you want this? No. Two, am I your second mommy? Hell no. Two, you need help. Three, you need help. If you refuse the help because you think you're above everybody and you don't have a problem and you have to go and attempt to save everybody around, that's your monkey, that's your circus, not mine. You have to learn to have your boundaries. Oh yeah, you're going to be told, well, you are nice at the beginning and you're mean. Or people are going to be pissed off because, oh my God, now I cannot approach you because you set the boundaries. No, I don't want to receive a freaking stupid 2-page text about whatever crap you think I should be doing at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I don't care if I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I do not want to hear from you. That's it. That's called respect. So you have to make the decision. What do you want to do in your life? Do you want to be the carpet where everybody can walk over your face? Or are you setting up those boundaries? And I said, you're going to piss off people because people are going to be offended because, oh my God, I cannot do it anymore. I cannot go over there and push you. I cannot do over there and say things I want to say to you because now you said no. How dare you? You said no to me. That's the problem. So you have to look at your boundaries. You have to look at what can I do to, one, not being triggered anymore. Because as I said, some people will come for 5 minutes and oh my God, they're going to come with the entire world, blah, the world in your face, get you triggered and walk away because they're all happy skippy. Or people who will come at every given time because they want your help, they want this, they want that, but at the end of the day, they don't want to help you. Same thing. Who are around you, family or not? Because family is another issue too. I don't care if you're blood related, but if you are not respecting my boundaries, you're out of there too. It doesn't matter who you are, blood related or not. You have to learn to set your boundaries. You have to learn to say no. That's one of the biggest one. No. I don't have time. Oh, well, we need to do this and this because I need... No. You should have called me earlier. I don't have time today. Today is my Emma's day. It's not yours. So look at where you are with people because when you're being affected by a lot of people who triggers you, a lot of people who want, it's depleting you of everything. And you're left with nothing. No energy, nothing. You're tired. Nobody is here around to help you. But every time there is a problem, they're all knocking at the door. Look who's around you. And that's the same at work too. Remember, and I always said that, and I'm starting to see it on TikTok finally. Work, this is not your family. This is work. You're getting paid to do your work. This is not drama. I have witnessed in the past. So to me, I was shaking my head. I'm like, are you freaking serious? And it was a sales team. It's always a sales team somehow. They were complaining about their wife who were buying some $60 protein bars and she was spending money left and right and was being frustrated and was telling all of his sad story where I had people that I watched and I was horrified. I'm like, holy crap, people, are you serious? Who love this kind of things? It was their delight. It's like watching a soap opera and people describing their wives not in a great light. And I witnessed that as well when I was on overnight. I'm like, I've never heard that many men complaining about their wives, how much of a tyrant they were, how this and that, and how unhappy they were. And I'm like, well, if you're unhappy, why don't you leave? You know, make it easy. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. But complaining about everything and anything, this is your monkey, this is your circus. Now, when I'm talking about the boundaries, is learning to make sure the people around you are the right one. When the fire came upon, it's very interesting, fire or not, when everything goes well in your life, you got a lot of people circling around. You're going to have so many friends, you don't even know it. But when the shit hit the fan and you got situation, this is where some of the people are going to disappear. At the time of the fire, I've seen it. I'm not surprised, actually. I wasn't surprised at all. Nothing surprises me. But I have met new people actually who step in, which was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But those people who defected at that time all of a sudden decide to reappear now because there is some excitement going on over there. So they want to let you know when in fact they don't give a shit, literally, about helping you or even being part of the network and say, well, let me check my friends or anything. What can I do? How can I help you? Because that was too much. But they love to take pictures and describe the rest to social media what was going on, which was very interesting. It's like, really? So it's interesting to see people's behavior. Now, when those people are contacting me or attempting to contact me, do you really think I'm going to answer? No, I'm not interested. Not my monkey, not my circus. I set my boundaries. I know who's who. But when you're a nice person, a kind person, I'm not saying I'm a bad person, I'm a kind person, I'm a nice person until you poke at the bear. When you get the bear out, that's your problem. Monkey, your circus, you do not want my monkey in your circus. But when you set those boundaries, because people these days don't give a crap. They don't give a crap about your boundaries. They don't give a crap if they text you at, like I said, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. They don't care. It's all about themselves. But reminding them this is not acceptable. To the point that, as I said, I blocked people. I have a lot of people. I did a purge. This week was the purge week for me. I am purging everything. Clear up everything of the little I had here where I'm at. I just started to pile up, take care of stuff, throwing stuff out because that was unnecessary and things needed to bye, and purging. I call it a purge. But setting up your boundaries is one thing you need to learn, and it doesn't matter who they are. It could be your mom, your mother-in-law, it can be anyone. Even your husband, even your wife, even your mate, whatever you call that person, even the children. You have to set healthy boundaries. And that is the hardest things for people to accept. You're always going to be the bad guys no matter what. They're always going to blame you for something no matter what. So may as well set your boundary to set your peace. Because they will trigger you one way or the others. So, setting up your boundaries will be the best thing you can do for you. And being respected. Because people will not respect you. The last person that responded to me said, I will, not I am respecting you. It's I will respect you. Future tense, which means I will respect you in 10 years, in 20 years, in 30 years. I'm not doing it right now. I will. And not I am respecting you. I respect you. That's what should have been said in the present tense. So you have to watch people's behavior. That's what you got to do. So set your boundaries, set your goal, see what works best for you. It's not being selfish. This is self-care, taking care of yourself, of ourselves. Nobody else's will do it for you. No one will do it for you. Remember that. So, this was our podcast for today. I have no idea what we're going to be talking on our next podcast, but that's becoming interesting because boundaries is something that to me is dear to me right now. As I said, since last year, I'm observing things and I'm setting up those boundaries, pretty strong boundaries, and I am very happy to have done that. And I'm doing it for everybody. It's not one person, it's everybody. We all need to be respected. We all need to set our boundaries because you do not want to have somebody else's treat you as an option at any given time when it serves them better. This is not who you are. This is not who we are. Respect is. All my love, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.
Where do we go from here?
Emma's Universe Podcast.
Where do we go from here?
Podcast. Universe Podcast.
Studio Stargazer.